Hi, my name is Katie Murphy, and I'm very interested in the role of Lisa Morrison. I wish I could have made your New York EPAs, but because of my rehearsal schedule for Proof, I had to be here in San Antonio. So I just want to thank you in advance for taking the time to consider my video audition. Ruth, I'm really sorry. I was only trying to... I'll put everything back the way it was. Well, good night, Professor. I'm really sorry for any inconvenience. No, I don't want a check. You don't get it, do you? I want so much to please you, But no matter what I do, it's wrong. I always seem to get your disapproval when it's the opposite I want so badly. All these months, ever since school started, it's been both wonderful and excruciating working for you. I mean, to be so close to you and I admire you so much, but every day I see you, it's like a test. What faux pas will I make? What will I do today that will annoy her? There is always something, some invisible line that I've crossed, or something I've bungled out of sheer panic. You intimidate me so much. Every time I show you something I've written, or even when I talk to you, I think, what value could my words possibly have to her? You're so... I mean, I knew you were difficult. You told me as much, but you really seem to take pride in being difficult, and that I don't understand. I've said too much. Look, maybe I'm just not cut out for this, Maybe I'm not. My skin's just not thick enough. Oh well. I'm sorry I touched your things. I thought you would appreciate it. I'm sorry. If you're hungry, there's dinner in the fridge.
I read your book.
Yes, I figured.
Well, most of it anyway. As much as I could possibly read right now. My eyes are stinging. There are tons of typos in the copy you gave me, tons.
I know. It's an advanced copy.
I hope they're planning on correcting them.
Of course they are.
I mark the margins anyway. Force of habit. There are some truly egregious errors in there.
I know.
One whole section is suddenly repeated. I thought I was losing whatever mind I have left. Either that, or you've gone Joycean on me. And experimental fiction, as we both know, is not your style. Lisa, if you had only asked me what I thought, if you had only asked me,
Ruth,
I would have told you you were making a mistake.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle it.
Stay away from Schwartz. Leave him out of it. He's mine, not yours. Besides, he's been done to death, picked over by so many vultures in the name of literature. And Bellow finished him off for everyone. If you had asked me, if you had only asked me, I would have told you, but you didn't. Instead, you skulked around like a thief, avoided me for 2.5 years.
Ruth, no I didn't.
Evaded my questions, failed to look me in the eye.
Ruth!
You did, my darling. I knew something was up. When you did come to see me, you couldn't look at me. I thought it was my appearance, that I was looking so awful that you couldn't look me in the eye.
No!
I could have used your friendship, but you were too busy going through my panty drawer, scavenging through my personal effects.
That's not what I did.
Then why did you skulk? Why couldn't you look at me?
I don't know. I I needed some distance.
Distance?
I needed to separate from you.
That you did, my darling, that you did.
You wouldn't know what it's like to have to get out from under you, from under your influence. You couldn't possibly know what that's like.
Everything I told you. Everything I shared.
Ruth.
What a fool I was.
No.
It was all material to you. That's all it was.
That's not true.
Here I was, regaling you with stories from my life, like the pitiful old woman you made me out to be.
Pitiful? No.
And all the while you were taking notes.
That isn't true. I was listening. I was cherishing every minute.
Oh, I'm sure.
If I had told you and you disapproved, listen to me. If you had disapproved, I don't know what I would have done. I never could have written it. How could I have written it? I would have lost you. And I would have lost my novel, too. I was scared.
Oh, poor thing.
I didn't know what to do. You were the one person who could advise me, but I couldn't talk to you about it.
Clearly you listened. You listened all right. You took it all in and set it all out for the world to see.
What? What did I do that any good writer wouldn't have done, that you wouldn't have done yourself? A story grabbed me and wouldn't let go.
No, dear. That's where you're wrong. It didn't grab you. You seized it. It didn't seize you. Have you no conscience? Have you no moral conscience?
I have a conscience.
Do you? Do you? You went ahead and did it anyway. That's what's so remarkable. You did it anyway.
What did you teach me? You taught me to be ruthless.
So to speak.
If something captures your eye, you told me, grab it. Remember? Like a good photojournalist, go in and shoot. You taught me that, Ruth. Don't walk away. That's what you taught me. Don't worry about feelings, you said. Worrying about feelings is sentimental. And God knows we mustn't be sentimental.
You crossed the line, though, sweetie. You crossed the line.
Why? Because it involves you?
Once upon a time, writers made things up, you know. Can you imagine?
Oh, come on. You used people all the time. Whatever you could get your hands on, you took.
If I used people for my stories, my dear, they were people who had no voice, no outlet for expression.
Oh, well, is that so? That's awfully condescending of you, Ruth, really. How do you know that? How do you know
It's the truth.
You're always making these pronouncements. When did the little people you built your career on choose you as their advocate?
I gave them a voice where they had none.
Well, there you go. We all play God, don't we? We all put voices in people's mouths. You taught me that, Ruth.
No, what you've done is something else. It's something else. I have a voice. I have the tools. Use your own goddamn life. Don't thumb a ride and hop aboard mine.
Ruth, what do you make me out to be? You make me sound like the most mercenary person imaginable. The last thing I wanted was to hurt you. I wanted to honor you. It was a gift to you for all you've given me.
I don't want your gift.
What exactly is so offensive to you? I don't understand it.
You've stolen my stories, Lisa. My stories.
But they aren't your stories, Ruth. Not anymore. They stopped being your stories when you told them to me. They changed my life. So how can they be solely your stories? You don't own them. You are a part of my life now, Ruth. Our lives intersect. My experience includes your experience. I am the sum of your experience and my experience and everybody else's experience I've ever come in contact with. I couldn't tell your stories, not the way you would. I couldn't possibly do that. But I can take your stories, what I know of them, and extrapolate. That I can do. But my book doesn't pretend to be the truth. I want it to reclaim for you a part of your life, okay? I wanted to give something precious back to you. Thank you.